Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche pregame show brought to you by Bet365. We got AJ, we got Eric, we got Rudo as the Avs are taking on the Vancouver Canucks. The Avs, the benefactors of scheduling today, as Vancouver is on a SEGABABA after giving up 10 goals the other night. Bit of a wild one in Minnesota, but
is that a pun?
Oh, yeah.
So no?
Got it, yeah.
Okay. All right.
when you take a look at a game like this, is it really a schedule loss for Vancouver? Should it be properly? Or is this a, hey, this is a good team, you got to take care of business?
If we were a Canucks pod, this is a scheduled loss.
Okay.
You're talking about the best home team in the league. It's a SEGABABA.
Yeah.
You just got absolutely shell-shocked last night.
Oof.
In Minnesota. I guess it was like yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, it was the afternoon, really.
But from Colorado's standpoint, you're like, you need wins. You'll take schedule benefit, and they have to make the most of it tonight.
Yep. Hard to agree.
They were in the hotel by 8 last night.
So they were here pretty early.
Yeah.
Still,
I mean, that's not
quick
bad.
turnaround
No, it's
nonetheless,
still, hey,
especially with the
listen,
travel day. But
it's a lot. I mean, you try. Yeah, it's a lot.
and
I genuinely, I think this is a must-win for Colorado because you're trying to build off of the game in Arizona or against Arizona.
get 2 in a row here.
You're trying to get back into the winning habits. You lost so many games in this 10-game segment that you need to start stacking wins.
Yep.
You have a scheduled win here. You have it is in your favor. You're going to get a tired team at altitude, whatever, right? Like everything stacks up in their favor. It's a good team. So you could feel good about it and not like, well, yeah, we beat San Jose and they played in Winnipeg last night. Like, who cares? Who gives a shit, right? Great. You didn't fumble the bag. Tonight, like, they need to win this one. And this is a superstar on superstar kind of night.
Yep.
All these guys that are having huge nights, I'm so sorry. I just completely took over this. But they have to win this.
They're 2-4 in that 10-game stretch so far.
They have to win this, man. Yep. Like, they have got to get on top of it. Their schedule eases up a bit in terms of, like, overall quality of teams that they play because they've played an awful lot of good teams lately.
Got Detroit coming up after this.
And like, Detroit's, like, one of those, like, middling teams where on any given night they can be anybody.
But they also are a bubble team at best right now.
Yeah. And that's all good and well. Whatever. That's for tomorrow. For tonight, it's Vancouver. You have the advantage. Take advantage of a tired team and come out of this with 2 points. I don't care how it happens. I don't care if it's ugly. I don't care if it's dominant. I don't care if it's an overtime or a shootout. I do not care.
A win's a win.
Come out of this with 2 points.
I will say they do have to get through this week before the schedule really gets easier. I get Detroit, but then they get Toronto and Dallas. After that,
the Dallas game is setting up to be, that's a big game.
Yep.
Couple times Detroit, right?
Yeah. After Dallas, it does get easier. You get Chicago, Nashville, Chicago again, Detroit, Minnesota, Calgary. None of those teams are tippy top level stuff. But with tonight, it is presumably the same lineup it was the other night. LOC is still out. Alexander Georgiev is starting in net. Still waiting to confirm exactly who the 12th forward is. But
you want to take bets on it real quick?
I'm going Dermy.
I am too.
Just from what I saw this morning. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Not that I'd be against it, but Vancouver doesn't seem like the team that Bednar would feel like they need a big body against.
It's just, when is the last time Yoel Kiviranta made a positive play?
I am with you, man. If it were up to me,
has it happened since the All-Star break?
Well, I had a long chat with him this morning, Bednar with Kiviranta. I found him on the ice after practice and had a long chat with him.
Well, he's in, so.
Is he in for sure now? Okay. Well,
God damn it. You're turning the TV on. I was like,
maybe it was maybe the conversation was, I need more from you. I mean, that's probably what it was. Obviously, that's what it was.
To be,
I've been pretty vocal about I'd rather play Ben Myers than that guy. So
it is what it is. Started.
I agree.
Don't even get me started on the way that they have sunk Ben Myers' own trade value and the value to this team.
Yep.
Because Bednar doesn't like him.
Yep.
He just decided he didn't like him. And now Yoel Kiviranta is just sitting there playing every single night.
No points in the last month.
Absolutely nothing, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
It's tough.
But it's funny. I'll get back to the game here. Talked this morning, head coach Vancouver. Talked about the Avs, saying like, for him, they're the standard. You know what I mean? Like for him, by being at TNT for the few years that he was there, and he was here for the Stanley Cup Finals, right? And watched them, that whole playoff run, and he's like, for me, they're the standard, with their elite players, the way they play, the way they face adversity. And someone right away asked him, like, hey, you're kind of going through adversity, right? Giving up 10 yesterday, and, and it was funny. He goes, yeah. He goes, and you can tell Colorado, because they have a good coach, they have a good staff, they have a good leadership group, they know how to handle adversity, and it's not easy. He goes, we're trying to figure out right now, do we have the kidneys to handle adversity, right? That's, again, they haven't hit that big stretch. Maybe it's coming. The both of you have said that all year, that it's coming. I'm not arguing it.
It's inevitable.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and he's saying we'll see how they react to it. So it was interesting to hear him talk, though. About so for him, the Avs are the standard. You know what I mean? According to him. Funny to hear that from a different coach.
Look, they're at the top of the Central Division.
Yep.
Perennially now. With this core.
They've spent a half decade being right
that
there
team.
in the Central. Mm-hmm. Their lowest finish is the second place in the COVID-shortened season,
which they were tracking to finish first.
They
with
were
what
2
was
points
left
back
of their
with
schedule.
a game in hand.
Yeah.
They play one extra game, they tie St. Louis, they're at the top of it.
Yep. So they're
anyway.
up at the top every single year, at very least. Eric, you've got our 3 keys for tonight with Vancouver on a SEGABABA. What do 3 keys look like?
And right before, though, I got to feel bad for the AJ's Phoenix Coyotes. I was watching that game, too. It's 3-3, and then all of a sudden they gave up 2 in 26 seconds to make it 10 in a row, and I was like, I felt so bad.
There can't be many people that have less emotions about that than AJ.
No, that's why I was being sarcastic.
I know.
Chat sarcasm here.
You're not ready for the moment. You're not ready for the moment.
All right. Jump into this one. Jump on them early. We've been talking about it. Listen, they gave up 7 goals in the third period yesterday. So, you're only as good as your last game. How about you're only as good as your last period? There was a couple empty netters. They were still dash 7. 7 goals against.
It's a team waiting to spiral if you put one in on them, right?
Again, the Smith was in there. It wasn't Demko, but still. It's back-to-back. SEGABABA, like Rudo talked about. So let's go. And they've lost their last 2 games. So they're a little bit wounded. Jump on them early. Number 2, take time and space away. Listen, there is some skill up there. Up and down the lineup. They lead the league with 212 goals for. That was last night when I was doing the research, and then they sit at plus 56 in goal differential. So whether the, what's it called? PDO.
Yeah.
I get it. There's a reason why they're scoring goals. They're not giving up much.
Does he have a crossword?
And they're top 10 PP in the league. Right? Top 10 PP in the league. So Quinn Hughes, all those guys. You got to remember, in the last game, there was 3 hat tricks. There was 2 from Minnie, but there was 1 from freaking JT Miller, too. You know what I mean? Yep. So, number 3, take Demko's eyes away. I watched him this morning. He's a workhorse. He didn't play last game. He has been phenomenal for them. He's outstanding. So, when I say take his eyes, somebody on Twitter this morning answered, that's kind of violent. Take his eyes away. I thought that was funny because I didn't get it at first, and then it took me a minute, and I'm like, I get it. Yeah, I get it. But make it
just
tough.
Need to get his eyes now.
Yeah, but it's funny because he was working on that this morning. He worked on 10, 15 minutes on guys driving the net and just tipping the pucks, and then standing in front, then they were throwing another just balloon from the blue. You know what I mean? So make it tough with traffic, funnel pucks at the net. Obviously, 5-on-5 and on the PP. Let's not be too cute tonight against this guy on the PP, Grease it up, get some pizza like we talk about all the time. Go get some pizza. It might have to be greasy tonight.
Yeah.
Because he's standing in there. His team gave up 10 last game. He's fresh. He's not tired. He's been one of the main reasons with Quinn Hughes and obviously Pettersson and Miller this year, but he is probably the number 1 reason in my book why they are where they are in the standing. So I think he's a fresh player tonight. Make it tough on him. Make it tough on him right away in the first period, and then never look back.
Love it.
There he is.
I think the Avs have an opportunity to beat a very good team here tonight. And yes, obviously SEGABABA context matters and all of that. But, You've talked about their side of it. Let's talk about the Avs side of it. Who's got to eat tonight? No, you can't say Ross Colton. Don't do it.
I think it's got to be Alexander Georgiev.
Okay, that's what I was going to say
call.
as well.
You really think that the Avs should have the pace of play, especially as the game wears on, and they get a little tired.
Yep.
As Vancouver just kind of wears down naturally.
Yep.
The Avs should have a little bit more. Georgiev, this is not a night for 3 goals on 11 shots.
Yep.
It's the team that does it to everybody.
You got to be the guy that doesn't let that happen.
Yeah, but this needs to be a 2 goals on 27 shots kind of night.
I would even say just get through the first period without giving one up. Like you said, Vancouver will gas out eventually in this game.
Yeah.
Far too often we've watched the Avs give up a couple of goals that they probably shouldn't in the first period. And I'm not even blaming Georgiev for that.
Yeah.
But someone's got to pick up the team a little bit, and the Avs haven't gotten enough of that out of Georgiev.
Yeah, I think it's got to be my guy tonight. It's Georgiev with them putting Demko in net and refusing to put him into that game yesterday. They were willing to lose the game to try and win this one.
Yep.
Which I thought was a weird call on a SEGABABA. You're just trying to go 500.
Minnesota's a whole lot more beatable.
Yeah, you have even at 5-5, you just pulled to Smith. You put Demko in for the final, however many minutes it would have been. It was a weird call. But they insisted on keeping Demko as fresh as possible for this game. Demko's very, very good.
Yep.
So if this comes down to goaltending, you're worried about it for Colorado. So it has to be Georgiev. It has to be with him.
Love it. I'm going Cale Makar. I'm sick of this record-breaking bullshit that every Avs player in history goes with.
Tiff's laughing. She knows.
It feels like anecdotally over the last 4 or 5 years, every time the Avs player gets on a precipice of a milestone, they just go dry for 2 weeks.
It's crazy.
Makar, just have a 3-point night. Get done with this. Pass Tyson Barrie for all-time Avs defenseman.
Yeah.
Let's move on with our lives. You're that good, Cale. Everybody knows you're that good. Get out of this slump and continue to be Cale Makar again. I don't think it's that complicated. Also, the Quinn Hughes factor. It's a thing, too. But
That guy's going to win the Norris this year.
probably.
Quinn Hughes has been...
Like,
It's good, man.
he's as big as that Patrick Waugh guy there.
The bobblehead?
Yeah, I saw him this morning. I was like, whoa, that is not a big man. It's amazing to play like that when
His numbers are pretty big.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like, it's amazing.
Plays like a titan on the ice.
unreal. There's no fear. It's awesome. Anyway,
Yeah, guy's awesome
my
this
Circle
year.
K eater of the night. I knew somebody was going to pick Georgiev, so I didn't pick Georgiev But for me, I agree. It's
Yeah, you just got to go first one of these times.
no, I
bud.
know. No, I mean, Tiff. That's why she was laughing. I had Cale, so I'm giving you Cale. That's why she was laughing, because I send it to her all the time. But I agree with AJ. Georgiev's got to be the guy going across mano a mano tonight. I don't care what it is tonight. It's not a team game. It's you versus Demko tonight. It's a big test. It's a big test for the Vancouver Canucks. It's a big test for the Colorado Avalanche because the Canucks have been outstanding. So, but I think on the mini individual games, Demko versus Georgiev is huge. So I agree with AJ. But since you took my guy, I'm going to go Circle K dog eater. I'm going to go Zach Parise tonight with 2 Genos. That's where I'm going.
Is that just a continuation of Minnesota players scoring a ton on this Vancouver team?
right?
Yes. That's what I'm going with. He talked to his buddies last night. And how'd you guys score 7? 10. Sorry, how'd you guys score 10? Well, 8 plus 2 empty
Yeah, yeah.
I just scored 7 in the third period.
7 in the third. That's nuts. That's when you look back, you're like, whoa.
Hey, I'm here for it. If the Avs can continue to find consistent depth forward scoring from whoever it is, I will happily take it.
Vancouver's like, we're not going to do this 25 game regression that everybody keeps talking about. We're going to do it all in one period. Get it all out of the way. Everybody can laugh at us and be all, knock.
Regression speed run.
Yeah, exactly. It's the regression speed run. And then tonight they're going to try and go right back to, well, we have 3 goals on 5 shots because we're just really good.
Well, if you need game day stacks, get them with Circle K. You can get a bunch of amazing discounts when you sign up for the Inner Circle at circlek.com/Inner Circle, including 25 cents off a gallon your first 5 fill-ups. You're also eligible to get 5 free Polar Pops. So go get yourself some delicious snacks for game day with Circle K. The other side of this game that I want to talk about, y'all know that meme where it's like, it's a circle with like a bunch of different spots on it where it's like, the hype builds, and then it gets exciting, and then the game releases, and it's not as good as everyone expected.
I'd have to see it.
All right, it's fine.
You have described this poorly, or I've not seen
I've
it.
definitely described it poorly.
One of those two things.
My point is, we're on the Avs circle that goes like this. We're at the point of they can't beat good teams again.
Ah, yes, of course.
So if they beat Vancouver tonight, they'll move to the next step, which is they beat good teams, but it's on SEGABABAs and only at home.
We should make a twister spinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Of exactly where the Avs are on the cycle.
Yeah. But you got to move on to the next step by beating a good team like Vancouver, even if there is context of a SEGABABA and that other factors, whatever you want to call it. You got to go out and win the game you're in, is what I always say. So, I would like to see the Avs control a game here. And by that, I mean, get ahead and stay ahead. Do simple, effective hockey things like not giving up a bunch of no-nos, as Eric would say. The Avs have put themselves, I think, a significant amount of time through these last stretches of games, even with the losses. They've put themselves ahead in first periods. They gave themselves opportunities to win games, and then they would have a bad 5-minute stretch where it would all fall apart.
Bingo. Here's what I'm looking for tonight. You've been gone for a while, came back, had the day off at a practice, had a game under your belt, okay? Perfect. Now there's no more like, oh, it's been a tough stretch. This is a regular game tonight. The other team's actually on the other side of it, right? Like we just talked about. Here's what I'm looking for. I don't want to see some no-nos. I just want to see a good game.
Yeah.
Can they dominate for 60 minutes? My answer is it won't happen. The Vancouver Canucks are a good team.
Yeah.
There's going to be time in there where they press the game. They're but I don't want gifts. I don't want silver platters. I don't want no-nos. And if you lose the game 3-2, so be it. You hard-fought game it, you know what I mean? But if you do what we're talking about right here, more often than not, including tonight, you should be on top of it because I do believe they are the better team, and I do believe they have the more rested team. So it's like, just play the right way and go get the victory.
Nothing free, man. Make them earn it.
That's what it is.
Make them earn it. If you make them earn it and they beat you,
So be it,
that's the game sometimes.
Yep.
But don't just hand it to them.
They shoot 40% tonight, so be it. We'll be pissed at the goalie, and we'll have our show above that.
Everyone-
right? I'm just saying.
Everyone knows the Avs highs can beat anyone in the world. Their best play is that good. It's about raising their floor and not giving stuff away. I think it's pretty simple on that front for tonight. Where are they?
At a casino.
Okay. It looks almost like it's green screen back there, to be honest. I don't know.
It is.
It kind of does.
Yeah. Anyway.
Bunch of NPCs wandering around in the back.
Let's get to my bets for this one. I'm feeling good about the Avs tonight. I'm not going to lie to you. I got good vibes with this one.
Yeah.
Bets a little crazy because there was nothing interesting tonight.
Oh, you're feeling real
Yeah,
good.
I'm taking Georgiev over on saves. I'm taking the Avs not just to cover, but to cover 2.5 goals
Jesus.
with a final score of 5-1. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling Mikko hits 250 goals. I'm feeling Makar becomes the highest scoring D in Avs history. I'm feeling McKinnon keeps his home point streak going.
Yeah.
Maybe most importantly, I'm feeling Georgiev puts together a good game.
He's the key guy.
Go out there. Go take my bets if you're feeling it. If you are a doomer and think the Avs are going to get bopped, bet on Vancouver. There's money to be made on the Avs not being any good. So, however it goes down, just go with your vibes.
See all the pluses there on your bets.
Yep.
Trying to pay your bills in one day.
Look, sometimes you got to go big, bud. Once once every couple of months, I'll throw down some big plus bets just for the fun of it. You can't take the small wins all the time. Sometimes you got to feel the vibes. Do it with Bet365. When you do, sign up with the DNVR 365 code and bet $5 on any NHL game, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets when you do. Of course, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. We've got some super chats here. Thank you for the dollars, Spence. $2 whole right there. And then $2 from Andrew, who says, any updates on Val, feel free to wildly speculate. Nope, no updates on Val. I don't really expect there to be any, certainly before the middle of March.
I don't expect there to be until that guy just rolls on out at practice one day,
Basically.
the same way that Sam Girard did, where it was like, oh, he's back on the ice. And then it's like, cool, he'll get a week. He'll be back in the lineup.
The
Great,
the only thing I will say is, because I looked into this when Girard also went into the program.
He's past him.
Well, it's very common for people that go into the program. It's usually 2 to 3 months. Sometimes it can be more, occasionally it can be less, but in most cases, they're gone for 2 to 3 months. Val has been gone for 5 weeks now, I believe.
Got a ways to go then.
So I wouldn't expect a whole lot before the middle of March. All right. Anyway, going into this one, AJ, you're on the must-win train. Expectations for Colorado from you, Eric. Are you in the same boat? Win's a win. Doesn't matter if it's 7-6 or 10-1.
Yeah, but again, then I would be contradicting what I said 2 minutes ago. I just want them to have a nice win.
You can want a lot of things.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know. I want and I expect a nice win tonight. Like, playing the right way, no freebies, silver platter, whatever you want to call it. Get away from the no-nos. Stop taking offensive zone penalties. Manage the puck. I mean, all the things we talk about all the time, which makes it a perfect game, you know? So be as close as you can be to a perfect game. Be on top of it, and then expect the 2 points.
Look, if your penalty kill is struggling, the best thing you can do for it is don't go on the penalty kill.
Or get a save. You know what I mean? And that's it. And that solves a lot of things. As Vancouver.
The Avs can put Val on LTIR if they want, by the way. They are allowed to do that.
Them getting an internal update on his status before the deadline would be great, because if they were not going to get him back,
that's a bunch of money they could use.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a lot of money. It's 2 years in a row they're in this weird limbo with a guy.
I know.
Can they use his money? Can they not use his money? If they don't, and then he doesn't come back, it's like
the whole disaster again.
It's the same shit, man.
All right. Yep. We are going to wrap up our pregame shows. We do have a watch-along coming your way. Join us for that, or at the very least, join us post-game where we'll break down whatever happens, good or bad, in this hockey game. We appreciate y'all, and we will talk to you in a few minutes.
We all silly like the mayor.